First bag comes flying out of the blue lane, the higher C. That would be Zach Rush. And he lays a low blocker against Gary, and I don't think he meant for it to be that low. But we have heard that the block game is the way to take Bearpaw out of his rhythm.
And it depends on where you're putting the block, though, too, because if you put it anywhere in the upper half of the board, he's just going to push right through it.
Yeah. Well, and we did notice in a couple of different events, maybe another 2 or 3 inches right there. If Zach's bag were a little bit further up, it was able to keep it low enough where he didn't have to push, and he would kick him to the left. He might hit or try to get over it, but it would be just enough to kick him to the left. But I think that bag is too low to cause any problems for Gary, and clearly that's the case.
It looks like Gary's playing with a little bit slower bag than what he normally plays with in singles anyway. He's probably playing with that to help
Stacy.
Make Stacy feel a little more comfortable,
Well, he's got those CBC. I think those are the Phoenix bags. I think it's from CBC, Cornslinger Bag Company. And I've seen those quite a bit coming out of his hand, and he definitely has a good feel with them. And and we talk about that too. I mean, I always wonder that when you choose a partner. I ask this to everybody. Oh, there's one that got away from her. That whose bags do you end up going with if you have a different style, and why? Who defers to whom in that situation?
Well, one, it depends on if they're married or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we know it's always going to be the woman's bag.
Yeah. Right.
Which is why Tracy and I don't play together anymore. Yeah. She, for instance, Tracy likes a faster bag. I don't. I like a much slower bag.
Right.
And
but you have two different styles of throwing.
We do. Yeah. We do. And we've decided and leared that.
Look at this. Our server is here. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers. Thank you, Matt. So that's good stuff. That is ice cold.
Ooh, my.
Baby. Well, cheers and thanks to our friends in the Bud Light Lounge. That has been the most popular place, I think, since we opened it up yesterday at 3 o'clock. I think they stayed open 24 hours.
I do have to say, and I haven't brought this up yet, that the opening party yesterday was incredible. I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet today, but I have never seen anything the likes for an opening party at the ACO Worlds. There was hundreds and hundreds of people that were there participating and enjoying and getting ready for a great week of cornhole.
Of great high-level quality tournament play and competition, but just high-functioning socialization. And well, I'm trying to think of the exact word. Not camaraderie, but just the vibe is just right. You know what I mean?
It was. It was such a good time. I've talked about it all day, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it all day, which is a benefit that I have over you, unfortunately, Finn. I know that you're busy over here at main court, and you're commentating on all the games, where I get a little bit more of an opportunity to move around and talk with the people, and that's one of the big things that I did pick up from a lot of the people that were talking was what a great time that opening party was last night, and how they can't believe how many people were there and partaking and enjoying the time there.
Well, and I would tell you, too,
great
nicely
shot.
done there. It's good stuff with 3 bags of Martinas up top. That was a great opportunity right there for Stacy, and she took every advantage of it, and they jump out to a 10-5 lead. It started even the night before down at the VFW Hall. We found a great spot. Frank came out himself and cooked burgers and dogs for some 75, 80 people who were in town early.
Sweating to death.
Yeah, and we kept swearing he wasn't going to do that. He was going to start it and then hand it off to somebody else. And I think just to prove us wrong, he did it. But that was where it started. And then yesterday converting into that event that then had a second stage to it outside.
Right.
With a food truck and another bar. And I couldn't agree with you more, man. It was really a great way to start a great week. Well, I'll tell you what, honestly, everybody is here and firing on all cylinders, too. There's nobody I've watched. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of main arena play, but I haven't watched anybody chunking it. Everybody seems to have their game ready to go.
Yeah. Well, they better. It's Worlds.
Yes.
What is this that you have in this can? here that looks very interesting.
Yeah, this is a St. Estelle Brewery. It's a tribute pale ale, and they brought that with them from Cornwall. And this is if you notice on all their jerseys, this is the brewery that they're associated with at the Par Inn that helped sponsor their trip over here. So looking forward to getting over there and trying one fresh out of the
I was going to say that maybe we should reach out to them because we're looking for a sponsorship to get us over there.
Yeah, right. Oh, no, trust me, we've already discussed the World Championships over there in maybe 5 to 10 years, and I think they're on it. Now we just have to find a 150,000 square foot building in Cornwall, and that means they're going to have to build one. All right, so everything continues here as we look to crown our players of the season in co-ed doubles. Martina Belt and Zach Rush right now find themselves in a 13-5 deficit, but they also have to be double dipped as they sit in the king seat.
And it is moving in that direction, but I mean still earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Gary has found his groove, which is not
25 years ago, and he's in that groove up to his neck.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go. You jinxed him.
Jar.
Yep, there it is.
I don't have the jinx jar out because I was the only one putting any money in it. Oh, my man Philip sitting over there. He's in the spectator side of things. That means that the Hampton Farms big blind draw didn't go so good for him, his second go.
Well, Phil, I'll give your chair back to you just a little bit. Not quite yet here. I've got a nice cold beverage that I got to sip on until that's gone. This is my seat.
That's right. You're good to hang on. Now, let me ask you this, if you've noticed this. You're a musician. You're a drummer. Do you play anything besides drums?
Not that I would play in front of anybody.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I mess around with the guitar a little bit and like to play a couple other instruments, but nothing that I would play in front of anybody that I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Well, then you will appreciate this observation because so many times I've thrown it out there and it just lands. I feel like it lands flat. And that is the number of matches that I've called involving Zach Rush that end 21-12.
Oh, that's Rush.
I'm not kidding. Absolutely. I'm not kidding. The number of matches I've called that he's been involved with that are 21-12. And even when I tell it to him, he just looks at me. I don't think he gets it.
But I was going to say, is he a Rush fan?
I don't know, but it kills me every single time. It's amazing.
One of the best albums ever made, especially coming from somebody who is a drummer.
Oh, my God.
Has got to appreciate Rush.
And who understands that it's Peart and not Pert.
Ah, that's right. So Zach does he always pout before he throws a bag?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this, too. He's throwing a lot faster than he used to. We used to be able to time him with a calendar.
You mean his preparation or how fast the bag is moving in the air?
His prep.
Okay.
He used to be methodical to a fault, but he has the arm kick. You watch him. Next time he has a full stack in front of him, his right arm kicks out, he flips, he spins, and it's almost the exact same prep. We were talking about that with the guys from Cornwall. You know, the MLB batters all have that, you know, the thing which has changed since the pitch clock has come in. They don't have the time to go through some of those silly routines. But they said cricket players do the same thing, and Zach's prep is almost, if you filmed it in slow-mo, it's almost exactly the same every time.
We were talking in the stands over there about the difference in the games with it being as exciting as it is for the scoring aspect from the viewer's point of view, how baseball has changed, how what you're saying with the pitch clock and the equipment that's being used. It's all kind of catering towards that big shot and that big fun for the viewing audience to get into.
Well, and honestly, when you're getting beaten by soccer as an American sport, and you know why? Because people know they can go in and 2 hours later they're going home.
Yeah.
You know, and they might not get the scoring or ending in a tie, but it's over. And I think baseball realized they are having a hard time with younger players and younger people because of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know. I mean, some of these games that go on 6 hours because of X number of innings or whatever, putting a man on second base in extra innings. I don't like that rule very much, but it has changed the game. You're right.
Yeah, I like a little bit more of the traditional aspect of certain sports and baseball. I mean, I know that it takes a long time. I know that some people just don't have the time or the ability to concentrate on one thing for that long.
Yeah.
But I'm a traditionalist when it comes to baseball. I appreciate all
so you
the
don't like
different
the pitch
little
clock?
I don't. I do.
I
mean, there's a couple things that I do and don't like about it, but it's part of the game, right? It's part about the people's preparation. Like you're talking, he sits and he does exactly the same motion every single time that he plays, which is long, takes a long time. But I mean, if that's part of what got you where you are, then you should be able to continue to do that.
I don't know if you watched any of the Open Championship, but I watched the end of it when we got here this weekend. And Harmon, who won, the American who won, you want to talk about a preparation? If I had to play around with this guy, he'd be dead in the woods.
Oh.
I'd have wrapped a club around his neck in no time. 14 waggles before every shot. They counted it on screen, 14.
Yeah. All right, so like I said, I like the traditional aspect in baseball. That's if you could do something to speed up some of these golf players, then I'm all for that.
Oh, boy, and that hung up just. He didn't give it much time to fall in there. Oh, and that's going to do it. That's going to be game number 1. So there's going to be a double dip scenario now. They're going to get together and have a little meeting. So that's game 1.
Looks like Phil's coming to take his spot back. He's got to be here for the final game, I guess. No. You're good. You're good. I've got to go take my notes and get ready for the interviews for the winner.
Phil's been talking about a threesome since he got here. So,
jeez. All right.
That was Skyline Chili 3-way. Okay, I've got you. All right, well, buddy, thank you.
Thanks for having me over.
Looking forward to Whole Nation, what's coming, and there's going to be a lot of it. All right, so Rich Pyle from Whole Nation. Check him out on Facebook and the ACO Digital Network. Always good stuff. He and Tracy put together a hell of a show, and now we are getting ready. Whenever you guys are ready, we're ready to go as we put Phil back in position, which leads me to believe that the next part of the Hampton Farms Big Blind Draw didn't go so well.
No, I'm throwing I'm averaging about a 5 PPR for the week. You don't win many games throwing 5s. That was a good game right there. Actually, the women heated up. Stacy Vangilder has heated up on that end down there.
She has, and we saw exactly what we thought. We would see the methodical play down on this end and the more aggressive experimental play, for lack of a better term, come from that end. And I had the Cornwall folks come over here and call the first match. Yeah. And they said, they had a great observation. They said, as soon as Martina threw one down and it hit hard and it went straight down the center, he goes, she looks very angry at that bag. And he does. He goes, and Matt said he wouldn't want to meet up with her in a dark alley with a cornhole bag. I said, yeah, she throws mad. Oh, there's one sitting out to the outside there from Bearpaw, and he's going to give up the first couple here to Martina and Zach. But this is a one-and-done situation right now.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles right here, isn't it?
Oh, God, I forgot the marbles.
Yeah,
you need the marbles. You were supposed to call me.
Turn the worm. Turn the worm with the marbles.
You know what? Think about what you just said, and don't ever say it again.
Okay.
Turn the worm with the marbles.
Oh, me.
Uh-huh. Oh, goodness.
Tell you what, Stacy Vangilder, she was thrown like she threw in that last game in the women's. We might have had a different outcome on some of our game.
Well, you know what? We talked about what that player of the season game, how that might affect her moving forward. But fortunately, I think she's lucky to be in this position where she can shake it off.
Yeah.
You know, and this might reset all of her game. Look at that.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, reset her entire mindset moving forward into the rest of the competition. We shall see.
Yeah, she's throwing really good. Maybe that back change, too, from those Vipers to that, I think she's throwing those Phoenix.
Yeah, she's throwing the CBCs with Gary. And then Martina, what are Martina and Zach throwing? It looks like there's a lion head on the one side, but I don't know what
really
they are.
I don't know. I hate to say that I don't know because I try to be in the know with all that, but I do not know what those are. I got to be honest
with you. So many different brands and styles and lines and everything else.
It's hard to pick them out now.
It really is.
You used to look at them and say, I don't know exactly what he's throwing. Yeah. Not anymore. I know what Gary's throwing, the bag right down the middle. What he's throwing.
That's what he's throwing. The dead centers.
Yeah, I thought Zach took and that's 2 times Gary's done that. Now it's 7-0. I thought Zach took a bad chance when it was a close game and he gave up 6 going after that airmail drag. Thought that was a big turning point in that game, and it put them on 19. It was a big risk at that time. It wasn't really needed. But I'm sitting over here, and they're sitting on center court. So
you do bring up a valid
there you
point.
go.
You do bring up a valid point.
Sometimes you can tell what they should throw, but you just can't do it yourself. That's for sure.
That's our buddy. Is that Robert over there?
Yeah, Robert Harper. That's going to be my doubles partner tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
great.
seniors
And
double.
He's the one. He cracks me up. He'll throw that 30-foot arcing airmail.
He will.
He cracks me up, man. I want to see some of that on center court. The problem is we don't have a camera that can cover that shot.
No. People worry about hitting the trusses up there.
Yeah.
They don't even come close. They don't understand how far off they are when they miss that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so 7-0. Belton Rush looking for a one and done. They needed to be double dipped, and are Gary and Stacy going to be able to pull it off? One way to find out. Stick with us.
And that's a bad bag.
Yeah, we need to get somebody out there to clear that. Martina, the official on the field, on the court.
And that's a bad bag. And Gary's found his stuff off in this game a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you what, the 2 most consistent players in the building right now are both having a tough time dialing it in.
Absolutely.
But you know what? The best thing is for both of them, short memories.
That's right.
Look at that.
One thing I didn't like, I saw Zach down here, and this drives me crazy. And it probably does a lot of people. Spinning the bag while the other person's throwing it drives me.
Well,
bananas.
And he leaves his bags on the front of the board. There's been a lot of talk about that as a distraction.
That's
There's another one
two.
from Gary up to the top, but a lot of people talk about that when you lean down to pick up your bag and somebody else's throw.
Let me tell you, I saw that happen.
Oh, he was standing back, though, when he was spinning like that.
Yeah.
That's when the guys from the par in were sitting up there and go, look at him. I go, he's just showing off. But he was out of the periphery, I think.
Yeah, but still, it's a point to me. And when you say putting your bags in the front and picking them up right when somebody's getting ready to throw, I saw that come into play one time in Knoxville a few years back when Linda Oglesby won her first major in Knoxville. The women were complaining because that's what Linda does. She sets her bags right in front, and she's always bending while the other person's throwing. It can be a distraction. I can see where it can be a distraction.
Well, let me ask you this: Arcane Mysticals, is that what Trevor said they're throwing? All right. Let me ask you this: you and I have watched him all season long. Is Zach throwing a little more quickly than he was?
He looks like he is playing a little bit quicker.
He's picked up his pace.
Yeah. And there's 2 for Stacy right there to get him off that snide.
I think we need jerseys that just say
snide. That's a snide.
That way, if anybody's picking on us, we can tell them to get off our.
We're going to have to get a daggum dictionary. That's what we need.
The turning worm and so on and so forth.
Absolutely, all the sayings.
Well, we had an opportunity to spend some time with Channel 14 News, and I think 44 News was here in town, and the Cornwall folks, I found this out while they were being interviewed, is that their plan is to come to the Worlds every year.
Isn't that great, man?
Yeah.
That's great.
They're going to expand the game over from Cornwall and all around. And
well, guess what? Who needs to go call games over there one time?
Oh, I've already set the table for that. Nice shot. Oh, he tried to get that drag, but I tell you what, the way that's sitting, just a couple little bumps, and that could. It set it down. Man, oh man, there was a golden opportunity missed.
It really was.
I have seen Gary Bearpaw break out into an open smile more in the last 2 hours than I have since the day I met him.
I'm gonna ask Anita, is he drinking tonight? Because she hadn't put out a smile on. Look at that face. Mm-hmm. I did make her laugh the other day, though, so it made my day.
That was a nice shot there by Stacy to collect.
Tom Collins, man, what a name. Oh, and how about that one? That's not a bad bag right there.
So she's got basically 70% of the hole to work with. Right, center, left.
Ooh. And now Stacy needs to go in here with opportunity to pick up 5.
Right up the middle.
Oh, beautiful bag, Stacy. She even moved her bag over a little bit on that one, too.
Martina's got a decision to make. Chase it or minimize the damage. I think she's...
Chase can get you in trouble in this situation right here. And Zach, he's going, I don't know, I just want to spin the bag.
I mean, if you look, she's got enough to grab, but I don't know. I mean, Stacy's bag's sitting just enough on top of her. I don't know. That's
it's Martina. And Zach is giving her no advice, and I don't think she liked that too much.
All right. She's flipping it. She's like, whatever happens, happens. I think she's going in low and hard.
Nice. That's a nice bag.
Good stuff there to
Still
keep
gives up
Stacy's
5.
out. Yeah, but she kept Stacy's out, so that's good.
See our big picture taker today. It's cool.
Oh, yeah,
Take some good pictures. What's his name?
Tom Latham.
Yeah, that's who that is.
The man that puts together a whole magazine, which is a project that would take most people by themselves a year to do and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And he constructs this thing and collects articles and photos and puts together a masterpiece every year, digitally and in print. There's a bag that leaks out just a little bit to the right from Zach Rush.
How about Gary? What is going on, Gary Bearpaw? I promise you, if I was throwing against him, those bags wouldn't be over there. And he's got 2 over there.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You ask Anita, she'll tell you this is the only time he's always right.
Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you something. If Gary Bearpaw throws 2 bags to the right, okay?
And you don't,
and you don't score?
You don't take
it. That is on you, man.
Yeah,
that is on you. Yeah. I guarantee you.
I think Zach Rush he'll be staring at the ceiling over that one right there.
And Stacy continued to stay on the heater. I can tell you that right now. See, there's another one out of control. And Stacy has put Bearpaw on her back in his last few rounds. She has.
You know, we talked about this earlier. Knowing that he's as steady as he is, he gives her the freedom to play the game she wants to play. And I think that's what makes them such great partners. They don't do a lot of talking.
Well, when you think about it, you're throwing with a guy the caliber of Gary Bearpaw. You're playing Coed with Craig Irvin, even Zach Rush.
Right.
Even Zach Rush. I mean, you can play relaxed because you know they're not going to give up a whole lot of big things, and they're going to carry you a lot of these games. I'm looking for that partner myself right now. What are you talking about?
So's Robert Harper.
So is Mike Walters. See if these guys get it dialed in on this end before this game is over. It's 8-7.
The question is this game ever going to be
over?
Yeah,
really.
8-7 because we've been going for quite a while here.
On 8-7.
On this one, yeah. But what's funny is we've talked about it. It's either all or nothing. All of the same perfection or all the same mistakes.
You're right about him putting the bags right at the front of the board. How to combat that is you just take your time before you throw your next bag and let him get that bag.
There it is.
And Zach's going to have some bags. If he don't win, he's going to have some rounds he's going to be thinking about when he's sleeping tonight. I can tell you that right now.
And let me ask you this, too. Has his grip changed?
I don't think his grip changed.
He's gripping over the top with that thumb dug way in, and then it just comes out. It still comes out flat, but I don't remember his grip being that.
Yeah.
It's like a snowball.
It may be a little tighter, but I think he has speeded up a little bit. You remember we saw him in Bradenton. Was that where he won at Bradenton? And he was very methodical, very slow, and that was a good bag by Stacy to put that bag in play.
Got a little bit of a discourse going on in the comments section on YouTube right now about the over-the-line rule and letting it go before and stepping over and yada, yada, yada. You guys keep hashing it out there. I'll be very curious to read all of that later on.
Nice finish by Stacy. There's could be a lead change right here. No, and these guys are not capitalizing.
And I'm telling you, this game could have been over 15 minutes ago. And Martina, for her to go short left when she has just been driving it in hard right to left, I don't understand how she missed that one. I don't.
They was like Gary trying to figure out who goes first. I think Gary and them are still in the lead here because there has been no change since the last time.
9 on 8.
Yeah.
It was 8 on 7. They picked up 2, so they hold first bag. Yeah. All right, so you're going to take a little time out here.
They're going to discuss this. I have seen this done before in a situation where they both get off and they take a time out and discuss it and regroup.
Yeah.
Take a shot if you got it in your pocket, whatever. You can use your timeout any way you want to use it. That's one of them gone, though.
Well, and I think honestly, that you see maybe more nonverbal communication between Bearpaw and Vangilder.
They walked down there and just looked at each other and turned around and walked back.
They didn't have a lot to say. No, but I think it's an unspoken partnership, which works to their advantage. So the question becomes, I think now, what were they talking about? We'll have to ask whoever wins, to be honest with you, what they're talking about during those timeouts. But I think Zach, with that bag there, I think he wants to be a little bit more defensive.
I think he knows the last few rounds they've let some points get away that they should have taken advantage of. He wanted to just call timeout and regroup a little bit.
But I think at the same time, what he's been doing has put them where they are from that end. I think, oh boy,
that just hopped right over the bag.
It did. I think there might be a little bit more defense that he has in mind to play against Gary as we move forward. I think that's oh boy, and then that one off the board. So that's going to cost him. So 9 on 8 becomes 12 on 8. So that's a 3 spot there, and whatever it was that they took the time during the timeout to discuss, apparently didn't quite live up to where they had hoped it would be. So first bag underneath by Stacy, and
I'll tell you what,
matched by Martina.
That was a bad round by Zach Rush.
Yeah, especially after a timeout. Whatever they discussed, maybe he said, I'm going to show you what I'm not going to do this frame. With everything you see me do, I promise I won't do anymore.
Nice bag, Stacy. And she eased up on that one. Lucky it got behind him. Gary, if I'm Gary, I'm telling her to shoot that.
He said,
step out.
He said coming in, try to run it up the middle, I think. I don't think he's telling her to shoot it.
They tell her to push that bag from the side.
Just lay it.
Oh, that's okay.
Nice. Very well done. I think that was an unintended consequence. I don't know that, or he saw something nobody else did.
I think she can get in, though, come off of Stacy's bag over there.
Up and over.
Oh, and that was a gamble. That's 3 more, 15 to 8.
That's costly.
Love it. 15 to 8.
Well, we are exactly 4 hours into our coverage, and we have seen, if this is what the week's going to be like, my friend, I might just cancel my hotel room and sleep under this table, because
we're going to be here a while.
This is going to be the place to be. Center Court, Owensboro, Kentucky, the Owensboro Convention Center, and Visit Owensboro, our hosts for the ACO World Championships of Cornhole 18. Could not be more excited to be back on the south shore of the Ohio River. We've got great matches still to come. Some more Player of the Season matches tomorrow. We've got exhibition matches with county officials. We're going to get our Cornwall folks out here on Center Court and get them on the stream so they can stream it at the Par Inn.
Yeah, I'd like to be at the Par Inn.
We'll make that happen as well.
Oh, and I can't believe he gambled on that. That could have been the game right there.
Well, I can't believe
still going to give up 4.
I can't believe he didn't pick something else up with that. His bag had pinned his other bag down.
19 to 8.
What a beautiful shot, though, and gutsy.
I see Miss Bearpaw clapping a little bit over there. What's going on? She's sitting with Miss Vangilder.
Mm-hmm. But as I mentioned before, we pack up our gear from here, and before long,
we'll be right on the road, buddy.
We'll be out in the middle of the corn at the Field of Dreams movie site. What a weekend that's going to be. Since there's no MLB game out there, the Go the Distance Festival with the Corny 40 Classic and the Dream Team Challenge with our doubles is going to be piled right on top of what is going to be a killer Beyond the Game weekend with MLB All-Stars.
Game, set, match.
That did it. All right, well, how about that? Stacy Vangilder, Gary Bearpaw take it after having to be double-dipped. But, Martina, and they do get the double-dip. They pull it off, and they make it happen. And we'll find out exactly. I want to know exactly what they talked about during that timeout, because for the life of me, I cannot figure it out.
I know what Gary and Stacy talked about.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
And then after they were done, they talked about nothing. All right, Stacy, we need you guys over here. Zach. Hey, Zach. Come on, it's time for your favorite part. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I want to talk to you in a minute.
Sorry.
In a minute, yeah. I got one specific question for you. I want to ask you.
Who's going to be the spokesperson?
Well, we got two.
Okay. The other one's out there on the stand.
Oh, yeah, let me grab
Can
this.
you get it?
Stacy Vangilder, here at Bearpaw.
There you go.
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
Of the season, team of the season. Congratulations.
All right. Well, first off, congratulations. Player of the season, you got to love that. POS normally point of sale, but here it's player of the season. Green jerseys coming your way. A team that is more that you two probably have more nonverbal communication than it, because we saw you take that time. They took the time out, and we knew exactly what you two talked about. Nothing.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you pull off that kind of communication and be such a good team?
Yeah, she knows what to do.
I just trust whatever he does.
Well, that's exactly what we thought. Now, when I saw you line up against Zach and you with Martina, we figured this is just going to be methodical, and all the chances are going to be taken at your end as far as the aggressive play. He trusted you to play your game. If you wanted to go for it, you went for it. I did see you one time. You had said, "Should I shoot it?"
Yeah.
And you said, "No." Come in here and you did like a pool ball bank shot, and it was cool. Your bag went in, and the other one kind of scooted out of the side, but that was cool. But I mean, do you just trust her if she wants to go for it, go for it?
Yeah, I just trust her. She can shoot them air mails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this guy, he was. There was two bags. Zach didn't take advantage of it, but there's two bags you had off to the right on the same frame. Oh yeah, we need you to come.
on.
We need to get you up
you
here.
on camera. You look a lot better than I do. Come on over here.
If you would turn forward, we could.
I'm trying.
And I turn forward, you'd be able to see them.
There we go.
This is our problem, not your
Yeah,
problem.
okay, yeah.
This is an us problem. So anyway, so we saw this happen a couple times, and I said, I guarantee you, Anita would be the first person to say that's the only time Gary is always right, when you were up there on the right on both of those bags. So he didn't take advantage of it. What you were kind of like, you would do it and you would step back and kind of crack a smile. What was going on there? You were jerking it a little bit to the right.
Because I knew I missed it. I should have made it.
Yeah.
His two bags he misses like the whole game.
Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing. We saw something happen down here, and you got excited, and you clapped your hands,
Yeah.
you stepped back, and you smiled, and we all about passed
Yeah,
out.
we're going, who is that guy and what happened to Gary Bearpaw?
That's the most emotion I had seen from you in the last 2 hours, and I've seen since the day I met you.
because
And now let's
I made all four of them.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. So let's talk about this too. You got to be glad, because I think this time last season, or was it last season, you were still playing horseshoes in the World Championships, weren't you? You
Yeah.
just gotten here just, I think maybe on Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know.
But not this year.
No, I got here Sunday.
Yeah, so you're not playing. You're not involved at all in the horseshoes this year.
It's going on right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm
don't.
so glad he came, because last time we were in Owensboro and the Whole Nation interview, I found out he might be going to the horseshoes, which is the same week as this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know who else is glad? All the other horseshoe players.
That's right.
So you lucked out, they lucked out, and you guys, that was no luck about that at all. That
Tell
was
you,
outstanding.
I do want to say though, you struggled a little bit in the women's player of the season. But I'll tell you what, and we talked about how's that going to affect you going in, but you righted the ship. You were throwing some heat
Well,
there,
honestly,
especially in the first game and then even this game.
I appreciate it. I was just like, it can't be worse than earlier, so that's what I was going through my head.
And it could be that back switch too. And maybe you
Yeah.
come comfortable with those bags. So
Well, and I think too, we talked about this during the women's player of the season. What you were fortunate to be able to come back right to center court in this matchup right here and shake that off and kind of hit a reset button for the rest of the week, because I could see how that, because did you just get to town today?
Last night.
You got in last night, but there were a lot of people here playing yesterday afternoon, so you haven't had the time in the room that everybody else has had. So to be able to shake it off, get back on center court, and knock all that out and hit a reset button before you go into everything else, that's got to be cool. That's got to be good for you. So good luck to you the
Thank
rest
you.
of the way. Congratulations to you. This guy picked you as the king of cornhole. I hope
yeah.
that- no pressure. No
Hey.
pressure.
It's all right.
All right.
I'm a huge fan too. You know that. So,
I picked you to come in last. You know.
Yeah, okay.
hey, I saw you threw those two bags to the right, and I said, well, if he was playing me, I promise you those two bags wouldn't be to the right.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell you what, we started broadcasting from here about 4 hours ago, and we have already seen maybe some of the best matches
Yeah,
we've
absolutely.
seen all season long. That being one of them, that stretch, that was great stuff. So green jerseys coming your way to add to the purple collection that you've already got. players of the season in the co-ed doubles, and we couldn't be more thrilled to bring them to you here on Owensboro. What a Taco Tuesday this has been, baby.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Stacy Vangilder, Gary Bearpaw, our players of the season in the co-ed. Congratulations, sir. Young lady, good luck
Thank
to you the
you.
rest of the way through. I'm sure we'll see them up here on these headsets again at some point before Saturday
King
wraps
of
it up.
Cornhole.
But on behalf of Mississippi Ninja Philip Barnett, I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. We are going to take a break. We may or may not come back. Depends on what's happening here on center court. Owensboro, Kentucky, also known as Throwensboro, Kentucky this week, because we are here, and we will be back on the ACO Digital Network.